Call the meeting to order at 1 p.m. on February 17th of the Griggs County Commission. We'll stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call. John. Here. Dale. Here. Sean. Here. Ron is here and Troy is absent. Approval of the agenda, I guess, is the first item.
I cannot approve it. It says January 17th on it.
I thought you were going to fix that.
I did fix that.
Well, your intentions were good.
Paste and copy.
Okay.
I move to approve the agenda as presented.
Or as modified, I guess, with the date. Okay. It's been moved by Dale to approve the agenda as modified with the February 17th date.
Second.
Seconded by Sean. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
All right.
Motion is approved. The January 6th meeting minutes.
January 3rd, or February 3rd and February 2nd.
Oh, fourth paragraph down. Second line.
Approval of January 6th
Yeah, it
minutes.
should be the commission would like to add snow removal to the agenda, period.
Oh, that's what I was supposed to say on the agenda, February 3rd.
3rd and 7th.
Oh, okay. What happened anyway?
I really screwed this one up. I'm sorry.
All right. I'm sorry, I wasn't listening closely.
Fourth paragraph. Should be the commission would like to add snow removal to the agenda, and then period, motion by staff and to accept. Not remove. It says would like to add snow removal to the motion.
Okay, I was on the wrong side. Okay. The chairman will open the floor to accept the January motion by...
It should be the commission would like to add snow removal to the agenda, not to the motion.
Would like to add snow removal to the agenda. Scratch out motion and put agenda.
And just add motion or addenda and then period, motion by staff and to accept the agenda. Yeah.
Did you get that?
Mm-hmm.
Top of page 4, instead of saying natural resource specialists, you say U.S. Army Corps engineers.
Say that again.
U.S. Army Corps engineers, natural resource specialists.
Cross out natural resource specialist and put U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Okay.
On page 4.
Page 4, and where it says natural resource specialist, cross that out and put U.S. Army Corps of Engineers.
to approve the February 3rd minutes as amended. We'll dispense with reading.
Motion by Dale to approve the February 3rd minutes as modified and dispense with the reading. Is there a second?
I'll second the motion.
Seconded by Sean. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The motion passes. The February 7th meeting minutes.
I move to approve the February 7th minutes as presented and dispense with the reading.
Motion by Sean to approve the February 7th meeting minutes as presented and dispense with the reading. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Dale. Any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The motion passes. The bills.
With the bills, we do have one from Craig Stockland for the work that he did, and he just got it to me today, so I'd like to get that added if I may.
What do we have budgeted for that, Ron? Just the estimate, was it 8,000?
I'm drawing a blank. I can't remember it.
5230.
Yeah, I've got the right form, 5230.
How much was it?
Sorry.
Oh, there. Okay, that's all I wanted to see. Was the total. Yeah, I'm not sure what it was.
I think so.
That'll come on a new courthouse, right?
Well, we had it in a certain fund in the budget. I can't remember.
I have general courtroom.
General courtroom, okay.
That's what I have.
That must have been, if that's where we had the money.
Because we used all of the EOC grant money, and
Right.
then
Yep.
General courthouse, you said?
yep, general courtroom.
I'd move to approve the bills with the addition of Craig Stockland and Sons for $5,230.
Sean has moved to approve the bills with the addition of Craig Stockland's invoice for $5,230. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Dale. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? We'll have a roll call vote. John?
Aye.
Dale?
All right.
Sean?
Aye.
Ron votes aye, so it passes. And the next item is it 115?
No, I isn't.
Oh, okay. Okay, so guess we could, that's pretty close. I don't know if we can handle any of these or.
Approve the raffle permit.
Yeah, raffle permit on page 43, that should be pretty easy.
I'll make a motion, we approve the raffle permit for Red Willow Ministries.
John has moved that we approve the raffle permit for Red Willow Ministries. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Dale. Any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? If not, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The motion passes.
Could we do the South Central Dakota Regional Council? That was just an email that I gotten, and I just wanted to make sure that you guys did not want to pay those dues.
Yeah, we can, I'm fine with going there, yeah. And I don't know, it seemed like in the past, we just asked them to come here and explain why we should pay them, but whatever you guys' desire is, if we want to grant them that opportunity to.
Because this was one of those dues that I had in January, and you guys had taken it out, so.
Mhm.
I think it should be the cities if they want it.
Yeah, it's a good thought. 'Cause I know,
I mean, I look back too, there's hardly anything that the county's ever benefited from.
yeah, Paul's pretty active in it, it seems like, that search committee for appropriate places, so.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all the cities have either got some sort of sewer or water or,
Yeah, there's really not anything that,
in fact, like the last time the county actually got a benefit was like 98 or 2002, something like that.
should we just forward this to the city then?
Probably all three, Benford, Hannaford, and
Yeah.
Cooperstown.
I'll make a motion, we forward this letter on to Binford, Hannaford, and Cooperstown.
John has made a motion that we forward the letter from South Central SCDRC to Binford, Hannaford, and Cooperstown on the dues that are due. Is there a second?
I'd second that.
Seconded by Dale. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The motion passes. Now it's at 1:15.
Yep.
Well, he's not here. So.
He's coming.
Oh, okay.
Somebody's coming.
All right. Good.
Hey, Bob.
You're on the agenda whenever you want to begin.
Okay. Well, let's see here. I guess some of the topics I got wind of, not officially, but was Mickey's involvement in my office. She comes in and helps an hour here and there once in a while when I'm behind on something. She's not compensated in any form or fashion. She's a special deputy, which she's been the whole time. If I need a female for some reason at work, she'll come, like if we need to frisk somebody or something. I don't have a female on staff, so she comes and helps me with payroll and some bills if I'm in a bind. So
There's probably a lot of sheriff's departments that don't have a female on their staff. You could still.
but that's not the only reason I have her on.
Okay, no, but I mean, as far as frisking,
Well, most sheriff's offices do have someone that they can call in.
a female to come in and frisk. Oh,
Yeah,
I just didn't know.
like for transports now, sometimes you have to have that.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So Finley's got 2 of them available to them. Long as somebody from the courthouse will do it.
Samantha kind of wants to.
Yeah.
What?
I'll write that down. So, how long she's gonna do that? Probably not much longer. I've been trying to find payroll programs and stuff like that we can do on our laptops, smartphones, but the programs are pretty huge, it's more than we ever can justify, and just some things that we can just keep it ongoing and those things, so.
The payroll program?
Yeah, Mickey used to do my payroll, so now, if she's not doing it, then we each have to try and do it, keep up with it, you know? It doesn't seem like that big a deal, but it's one more thing, so.
No, I just figured Samantha did the payroll.
No, I do payroll.
They give me the
I
sheet.
submit it to them.
Yeah.
Don't most departments do it that?
Huh?
Don't most departments do it that way?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all of them do.
Yeah, it's my responsibility to get it formatted to her and then,
Okay.
so. How long Mickey's been doing that? I don't know. Probably not much longer. But she is valuable to my office when she's there and helps. And she indicated to me she'd like to do it just for the connection. And she worked for me for several years and she was a pretty valuable employee, so. Any more questions on that? I guess I'll entertain or answer them. Don?
I think so. I mean, if Jamie was here, the one issue that I brought up was workman's comp. Like,
On my special deputies are covered by workman's comp.
oh, are they? Okay.
Yep. That's one of the few provisions. That, and then in the event of civil unrest, anyone that I hasty recruit is covered by workman's comp for one
Oh,
event.
okay.
So, myself and volunteer fire chiefs, they're the only ones that can do that.
That was one of our concerns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Employees, so.
And I guess if I'm told different, then, you'll end it. Right now, she's happy to do it. She wants, to keep in touch with us, so. There's a question, I guess, on the overtime. Yeah, the overtime was heavy at the end of December and January. I was on vacation, Mark was on vacation, Wes was on vacation. We had some cases and those kind of things. That's not gonna be the normal. This month is down considerably, so.
We were just concerned that it was above, it was going above the average. And
Right.
At that rate,
Yeah.
it wouldn't have made it to the end.
No, it wouldn't have, and so, I was very aware of that, and I had no issues with being called to respond to that. So I would probably ask the same question. So, let's see. We had an issue with court there. The chairlift is broke, so Wes and Mark had to haul a handicapped individual at 80 years old from the sidewalk to the courtroom and back down in a wheelchair. That can't never happen again. If that person would have slipped, it'd have been.
But the elevator was working though, or not?
I don't know if they used the elevator or not. I don't know what the deal there was or not. I wasn't here that it happened, but I know
It's
they.
just the chairlift from
Yeah.
the front
And
door up.
the problem there is, we don't have any training or authorization to do that. If something would happen, Tracy County would have hung out to dry forever. And, of course, my staff would have got wrapped up in a civil suit there for letting it happen. That just can't happen. So.
Is it always the same problem with that wheelchair lift? That it's the
I tell you, I've been here, how many years now, since '98, and that thing has been a problem ever since. I probably have cranked that thing down by hand with that speed wrench probably 20 times.
But is it always an electrical problem?
It seems like it's always been. That they've been out here so many times, I don't know the last time I've ever dealt with it, but I mean, it used to be all the time. And without it, no one can get in the courthouse.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it would be rocket science to.
Apparently it is.
We've had the guy.
They've had every professional involved in
Seems like
it.
it's always being.
I don't know if it's because it doesn't get used enough, I have no idea. But I know it's been a pain in the backside ever since they put it in, it sounds.
Yeah, seems like it.
And it's not the best system, but I mean, when it works, and when it doesn't, it doesn't, so. I just want, I don't know, we're gonna have, hopefully we'll be in another building for too much longer and it won't be an issue anymore, but, or until that point comes,
But right now it's not working.
no.
And do you have more court dates coming up?
Yeah, there's always court dates coming in, and some, like, this was a mental health case, so there's no warning on those. We got 72 hours or less to get into the courtroom.
Does
Well,
anybody?
we can call somebody then to come fix it?
Yep, we tried to call somebody yesterday and they didn't respond, but.
They probably ignore the call in here to Griggs County. And had we had some previous knowledge on this case, I would never allow it to be in here. But we didn't know that this person was in a wheelchair until Mark showed up here to pick him up.
Mm-hmm.
And then they tried to get a nurse from the hospital to come up here, or CNAs to help, and that was like pulling teeth because it's not their liability. So they go off site and do work here, and something happens. You know, you can see, you know, 25 years ago, it wouldn't have been a question. But we're in a let's sue you society nowadays, so those things are a major issue. So
Is the company still in business that does that wheelchair thing?
Yeah, we have Sanford coming again.
Sanford?
Yeah, Sanford has been doing it.
you know, there's Sanford, and there's Otis Elevator in Fargo, and there's something Chryson. They're another elevator company. I don't know what to do, but that was a really bad situation, and we got through it. But God, if something would have happened, if one of them guys would have slipped or something, and she went backwards, oh my God, it'd have been the end of the world.
So you'll keep calling until it gets fixed, I guess? Okay.
And I think the courtroom's done, isn't it?
Well, I think so.
Fringe just isn't set up.
Yeah, Judge Hobie said, like he apparently said yesterday after the case, he goes, you know, if we need to work around some dust for a while, he's willing to do that.
Yeah, it's done. We're gonna walk through it during, but I think it's,
Yeah.
I think it's done. There's a little bit of touch-up paint.
I guess then
That's not a big deal.
I'd pass that word on to Kelly. She can inform them if they can do their official network, and then we'll have to do a security walk with it. That's something that I do with the state, but we'll get that done right away, and then if that's what you guys want to do, I'm okay with that.
Well,
It makes sense to me.
If it's usable, we might as well use it.
Is the speaker system working and everything, or I suppose we've never tested it?
I believe Travis has tested it.
Has it? So,
Yeah, I'm not sure if the state's been in and finished their part, but I know he did a lot of the work for them, so that cut costs on everybody's end.
so the judge needs a computer though, right?
That's all hooked up.
Oh, that's
All done. He did that 2 weekends ago, I believe. 2 weeks
Okay,
ago.
and for Kelly,
It's all there. They just got to get the machinery over there. The hardware.
and all of her official documents and stuff, I guess they'd have to be.
Yeah, most of her stuff is on computer. What they use in the courtroom. They have some hand paperwork they fill out, but
I guess she can carry that over there, whatever she needs.
yeah, I don't. That won't be my call. That's up to them, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I guess that's what I had. I guess that's only on there for overtime, but we addressed other things. I'm supposed to be here for a gravel thing or overweight permit, or what was the story on that?
That's the next item on the agenda.
Okay, I'm done. If they wants to jump in, or
Unless that somebody else has questions for Bob or other items.
and my phone number is the same, so if they got questions, don't be afraid to call.
Yeah.
Don't have to wait till we're here.
Otherwise, if we're done, then we're ready for Royce.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you, guys. Special thanks to Samantha for helping me through the process of getting that thing done. I'm Royce Carlson. I'm the location manager at Early Fair Co-op in Sutton. We're a full-service agronomy retail location, seed, fertilizer, chemical, and I took over that location as manager here about 1.5 years ago. One of the biggest things we run into with the spring season is the road coming in from Highway 200 is 6-ton restriction in the spring. I'm not looking for an opportunity to haul out of our facility at 80,000 pounds, but I was hoping we could come to some kind of a agreement on a process to get trucks in there at 80,000 pounds in the spring. Some of the issues I'm running into, it's cut me off from having the ability to buy product river open in the spring, fertilizer coming out of the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. They can get all the way to there except for the last 3 miles. So that cuts off one supply chain for me. It's pushing me into buying earlier and maybe not at the most opportune times to buy fertilizer so I can get it trucked into the place before restrictions go on. And that's all costs that I have to roll onto my grower customers. Just some quick math to give you an idea of how much truck traffic we're looking at. You know, obviously this changes from year to year and situation to situation. We're looking at about 30 loads at legal weight, non-restriction weights, and about 46 to get those down. That same amount of product in there following the load restrictions. Not a lot of loads, less than 50 generally. That's anhydrous, my dry fertilizers. There'd be no chemical or anything like that. That all comes on smaller trucks and and smaller shipments. I guess one of the biggest problems I run into even buying my fertilizer in state is finding independent local hauling companies that are willing to haul a smaller load. It usually costs me $2 to $4 a ton more to get them to haul them smaller loads. And the ability of getting those trucks when we need them. I'm sure some of you are familiar with how agriculture works in this state when we have those unique springs when fertilizer is tight and conditions aren't good. So I'm just trying to find a way to be able to keep my supply chain going so I can keep my growers going in the field in the spring. A couple of the ideas I had, maybe single-use trip permits for each truck that comes in, or along with a reduced speed limit, something to that effect. Any questions?
Do we have something in place for that?
You know, previous to your guys' tenure here, Steele County had gone to the Western County's weight system. And how that happened, Don Hughes, who worked for us, was a deputy sheriff over there, then he retired from law enforcement and took over their emergency management and road permits and all that. They adopted that in Western states. Our county went along with that and did the same thing. The problem with that program, I talked to Lane about this before, if it's gravel, grain, fertilizer, rubber pellets, if it's a divisible load, that doesn't allow for that to happen because they can just load lighter. So if you guys want to do something, it'd be outside that program, which is your privy to do that. And we've had this question come up before with them and other things, that month and a half or 2 months in the spring is a nightmare for our ag economy, and it seems to me that if there's a solution, this is a prime example. Because that program it ties my hands legally if I'm gonna let one guy break up, then everybody gets to it.
That's the problem. So we either have to abolish it altogether or enforce it. You can't let this group have it and not this one. And
right. And you guys can modify it. Other counties have modified it to their needs. Western counties did things their way.
Yeah.
Well, we're quite a ways east of the Western county, but there was no other system in place. Our old system here, because Wayne, you can talk about that if you want. I never was never part of that.
Well, I guess what it's always been is during non-load limit seasons, then you can get overweight permits and stuff like that. But that is also the tenderest time of the year for our loads, So that's why we've never allowed, because once they start breaking up, then it's too late. We've got so much money invested in like that road, and after the low limits go off, we will be posting it to 105.5. But it's and I got a email saying the low limits may go on next week. So
I know Barnes County gives the elevated movement some sort of waiver because they're 3 miles off the state highway, but I don't know how it works.
they allow it. There's some other ones that allow it too.
Well, that's the main thing, the integrity of the road has to be maintained.
But like John said, we can't give it to one entity and not every farmer or every.
so once you let one have it, you just won't throw it away because there's no argument. It's a bad deal, but I don't know what else. It's either have the road load restrictions or not. That way it looks to me. But
There's one argument came up, and we'll talk about too, is it better to haul 30 loads at this weight or 50 at this weight? You got 30 more trucks. I don't know.
yeah,
That's
the engineering side of it is not my deal. I've just been taking care of the paperwork, so I guess I got to follow out as far as what's going to happen with the road. Is whatever you guys decide, that's what we'll do. So.
what did you start to say, Wayne?
I was just going to say that's what they're claiming now, or saying they've done a lot of testing. And if you have all 105.5, as long as you have the right number of axles and the weights distributed right, there's less damage. Having less loads go over the road than smaller loads that are full capacity.
How does speed weigh into that?
Speed, they used to say 35 miles an hour, but they're going away from that speed too. They claim that the faster speed doesn't deflect the pavement any more than the slower speed. So I don't agree with it, but I just don't. farmer.
That road's in pretty good shape now, but that
Very good
that thing
shape.
does get beat up pretty quick. So we've never given a waiver before in your 10 years?
Not during the limit season, you know. Like Bob said, usually it's always been the indivisible loads are the ones that you can dump off a few bushels of grain or so much gravel. We always kept that at 80,000. Now, you know, another thing as we're doing these gravel projects and stuff, we're supposed to increase the load limit to 105.5 during the regular hauling seasons, but we still are able to put the 6 tons per axle or whatever
Right.
county desires during the low limit. See,
Mhm. Okay.
I guess unless somebody wanted to make a motion to modify the weight limits, I guess it's a dead issue. So I guess I'll call for a motion a second time, hearing none. A motion, does anyone want to make a motion to modify the weight limits? Hearing none. It's been approved. All right, and then get to the bid opening. Thanks, Rice, for coming.
Thank you. We had a few things we could go through before.
Oh, is it too early yet, or?
It is.
Yeah.
We are for highway patrol and then go over that. This one.
low limit deal.
Okay. What page is that one on?
39,
39?
I think.
Page 11. Go ahead. That's what you're talking about, right?
Oh.
What page was it?
Page 11.
Okay, we'll go to the page 11, the North Dakota Highway Patrol letter on spring load restrictions. It says if you wish to have the North Dakota Highway Patrol assist with weight enforcement in your county during 2017, please indicate so in your letter.
Do you wish to do that way?
We usually do that.
We've done this.
Send a letter requesting to patrol the roads during the limits. If you're not here every day, of course.
Right.
I'd make a motion that we send the state request for help with enforcing weight restrictions.
Okay. Dale's made a motion that we request help from the North Dakota Highway Patrol on enforcing the weight restrictions. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Sean. Is there any discussion on it? Any discussion? Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. The motion passes. And I guess you'll prepare the letter for Sean's signature then?
Troy?
Or Troy's signature.
Oh, yep, absolutely.
Sorry. You might as well sign it. No, the bid opening isn't until 2 o'clock. And it is the week before that, so.
You have
I have
one?
some other stuff, Ron. If you'd like to do that
Sure,
before
that'd be
the
fine.
opening.
Yep, that'd be good.
There are 5 reimbursement requests that I sent submitted for your guys' approval today. 4 of them are for our design projects, 4 gravity projects that we're bidding right now, and 1 is for the Maxville Road box culvert. We get through those the final documentation. The total amount is $3,114.09. choose to approve them, I think Troy could just sign them and move it back, and Samantha can send them.
If that's easiest, makes the most sense.
I think Ron can sign
What was that?
it. Ron can sign
They
it. He's
have-
got to make sure. Oh, they have a name on it.
We can, I mean, we could cross it out and put Ron's name on it. It's up to you guys.
Whatever's
you want.
simplest for
Just get it back.
Samantha.
Yeah, just cross over and put Ron's name on it.
Is that what we want to do?
I make a motion that we approve the bid requests totaling what, $3,114.09.
$114.09.
John has made a motion that we approve the reimbursement request totaling $3,114.09. Is there a second to the motion?
I'll second.
Seconded by Sean. Any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. John?
Aye.
Dale?
Aye.
Sean?
Aye.
Ron votes aye, the motion passes.
Okay, and then I also, we checked through all the bids that we got last time and all the numbers checked out. There was no errors.
Yep.
So the low bidder was Skifaniak. Their bid was $233,819.30. So today I brought with the notice of award and 3 standard forms of agreement for your guys' approval if you would like to award the project to Skifaniak today.
I moved for the bid to WMD Pontiac Incorporated for the gravel project.
I'll second that.
Okay. Dale's made the motion to award the contract to WMD Pontiac, and it was seconded by John. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. John?
Aye.
Dale?
Aye.
Sean?
Aye.
Ron votes aye, the motion passes.
Okay, and that, all of these papers also have Troy's name on them. Since they're contracts, do you just want Samantha to keep them, or should I just cross out Troy's name?
Cross it out and
Okay.
everyone sign it.
These are the guys that did all the wind tower roads.
Hmm?
These are the guys that did all the wind tower roads.
Yep. When you get to gravel, what's out there?
Good. At least they ain't really work.
So you would sign there? Was there another page of this? You would sign there.
And that's all I have until the bid opening.
All right. Yeah, it's still quite a ways from 2 o'clock, so. Do the abatements? Yeah, the abatements.
Did Bob talk to you guys about that chairlift?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, fixed. I think it should be fixed as long as we're in this building, because if we have a Title VI audit come in and we have to be handicap accessible and we're not,
Mhm.
I don't know what the implications of that are.
Yeah, so
Sam's been talking to the contractors that worked on it, try to get them to come out.
I know it's gonna cost money and probably not gonna be here very long, but I don't know how much trouble we can get in if we don't have it operational and we're getting those federal funds.
Yeah, he asked the Samantha Mitchell call and get it prepared for us. Oh, all right, abatements might be a good thing next then, and on page 44. I'm just kind of curious. I mean, Patty Lawrence had signed this one in March.
These are very old.
I know.
They didn't get to Binford Council for a really long time until we kind of kept calling, and then they got approved and they didn't get back to us until we kept calling. And then the ones in your packet are not signed correctly, so we did have Terry Brown come back and then she signed them, and now we got them now.
So where were they not signed?
On it.
I think that's the first thing.
There, she didn't fill out any of those where she was supposed to. The city auditor was supposed to sign those,
And she still hasn't?
and I did get her to sign them over noon.
Oh, okay.
Yep, so now they're good.
Oh, okay.
But I just wanted to
She's
let
no longer the city auditor.
she's not anymore?
And as of Monday.
Okay, well, I got her.
So that doesn't do you any good either.
But she was when these got approved.
But she signed it.
She
today.
signed them today.
She can't sign them today as the city auditor. She's not the city auditor. I wouldn't think.
No, she signed it as like, she signed them as it got approved, yeah, that it got approved that day. Because she was the city auditor when these did get approved, they just didn't get back to me. And so they got approved on January 4th.
Interesting argument, it won't work, but.
I'm just saying that they are backdated, that it's January 4th when she was, so.
We've got a state's attorney here for just that situation.
Especially if they're back.
You can't backdate these even when they were approved that day?
Not if she's no longer the auditor. She can't sign them from now.
You better call her and see if she's, I think as of Monday, she was no longer the auditor.
Okay.
Better call her and find out, but.
Is there a new auditor?
No.
No.
Someone from the city council can sign it.
Yeah, you can have the president of the city council sign it, I imagine, as acting auditor, but.
I'm not comfortable with it if she's not the auditor.
No.
So, can I get them approved until, if somebody comes to sign up? Because we're getting phone calls after phone call after phone call about these. Because these got pushed in like,
Direct their calls to the Binford City Council.
yeah, but, so they have to come back to you guys? I can't just have somebody like Ken Gilbertson come in, sign them, and then send them out?
Jamie, we can't sign something, I don't think, unless.
Well, you can-
Unless it's been finalized.
Because we don't know that they're going to sign it.
We don't know if we're gonna sign it.
You can
That's the-
sign it with the, I would assume.
This way, okay.
Just, yeah, if they have to wait another 2 weeks, I don't think it's gonna be that big a deal.
So what was the problem with them? The Binford wasn't taking care of what they're supposed to be
Correct.
doing? Okay.
Is that the case on all of them pages?
All of them,
So that's
yeah.
takes care of it.
So you'll get a hold of everybody on the list and tell them that Binford has to sign these and,
Yeah.
unless, no, she isn't the auditor anymore, she,
Who?
Brown.
I don't know. I just saw it in the paper that they have an ad for a Binford auditor, but I didn't know that she wasn't one anymore.
Make a motion to take a 5-minute break.
Don has made a motion, we take a 5-minute break. Is there a second? By Dale. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion approved. We'll take a 5-minute break. Back to order then.
Yeah, as of Tuesday, she was no longer the auditor.
Okay.
And that was the mayor I was talking, or the Lennis I was talking to, and he said she wasn't authorized to act on their behalf after Tuesday, so.
Is Linus the mayor?
No, he's
Council.
councilman. Ken's the mayor. So I just told him we'd get the paperwork up to him.
Okay.
I can take it if you want.
Okay.
No.
I bet I know someone else I can get it to Ken too.
Hmm?
So I know someone
Oh,
else I can
she's
get
right
it to
there.
Ken.
There.
All right, well, we still got some time till 2. The mobile home is on page 40 to 42,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like we need to assign a value to it. I would think the $45,000 purchase price is the value that should be assigned to it.
Yep, that's what we've been doing with other real property, so.
So I guess, does anyone want to make a motion that we do that?
No, this is for,
Quote price of the mobile home is $45,000.
I'll make a motion that we assign the $45,000 purchase price as the valuation of the mobile home in Bryan Township. And then we have a set depreciation fee for every year, so it'll just depreciate from there.
Yeah. John has made a motion that we set the value at $45,000 for the mobile home on this parcel. Is there a second to the motion?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Sean. Any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
All right.
Opposed, same sign. The motion passes.
What's the tax director on 37?
You guys had me put in the paper to hire a tax collector, and I did not receive any
Well, no.
application.
Page 37 is this page.
Yep, but also
Oh,
it
okay.
was for applications or whatever. They were supposed to
Oh,
be over
okay.
today.
So there's no applications
No.
and nothing to do with, we don't have to do anything with this.
Well, that was when you guys had told me to send in what I had received from the townships,
Mm-hmm.
and then this
The
is the
list of
response.
assessors, right?
Huh?
As the list of assessors you
Yeah.
sent to the state.
Yep, and this is what we received back. This is what Troy received back.
Mm-hmm.
So just wanting to know if I needed to do anything else.
No, I mean, she kind of contradicts herself. She says that we only have 2 assessors, but we have until, the bottom ones are assessors until July 31st. They just haven't, so they are still assessors technically.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And if they were appointed just a year ago, they've got beyond that. You know, they've got 24 months after they were appointed, and the state should be keeping track of when they were appointed. We sure don't know when they were appointed, so.
Well, this is the first time we ever got a list from the state, period. I mean, we had to send our list and then they modified it, but we've tried many times to get a list and they said they don't have one. Well, evidently they do have one.
Yeah,
Well, not really, because it says if they've done their training online, then they don't know about it. So-
right.
So all these people could be certified.
Yep.
They just are unaware of it. 'cause
They're
they
unaware
haven't-
of it, yeah.
yeah, that's what, if you do the online training, you're supposed to send the certificate in to them, but they could have done the training and not sent their certificate in to the state, but,
Do we have the ability to ordain them as assessors?
they are assessors until 24 months passes from the unknown date of appointment, and that date's always gonna be unknown, so. As far as I know, unless.
Well, I
somebody
mean,
can
eventually
figure it
the
out.
state has got to, eventually the state's got to change its law.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
there's no assessors available. How can they mandate we have assessors?
Yeah.
I mean, you just, the right hand not knowing what the left hand's doing.
Yeah, they did ask for information on James Curry. I'm not sure who he is down here. We do not have it. Please provide contact information on James Curry. Could you do that?
I have no idea who he is.
Okay, I don't either. So, well, I guess we can't do it then.
3 strikes and you're out. We don't know, the state doesn't know.
Yeah.
All right.
Just tell them their guess is as good as ours. All right, well, I hate to go on to, oh, yeah, courthouse software.
No, we're within 2 minutes now.
Yeah, might as well.
What's courthouse software?
Just that Tyler
All that Tyler technology stuff.
proposal we got.
It would be good to have Troy here for that anyway, because
Yeah.
he's got a lot of good thoughts on it.
So bring that back. All that
Well,
information, or can us
We're
talk?
gonna be stuck with governance off for the year anyway, so.
But then should we be trying to be switching over this year? I was gonna see if you guys wanted me to, I had asked at the last meeting if we could set up a presentation with Tyler for Lori, myself, Chrissy, and Connie. And just wondering if we still want to do that after you guys see all of this stuff, or because Steele County would like to attend that presentation as well.
I mean, it seems like you would probably learn things, learn alternative ways of doing things, and you could probably see certain things and give those suggestions to GovernSoft and just say, gee, I saw this done this way. That sure looked like a lot better than the way we do it. How hard would it be for you to modify your program? So I guess I don't see any harm in having.
We need to make the decision whether we're gonna make the change,
That's
because we need to get in the queue
That's right.
so we can get it implemented, because it's gonna take.
Well,
There's no use in going through any training if we're not gonna go through it.
well, I thought it was just a demo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can have a demo before we make any decisions.
Sure,
Okay.
but we still need to decide pretty soon, so we get in line,
Right.
so
Some-
we get
some-
it implemented
well,
before the
sometime-
end of the year.
Sometime long after the demo, we can
Yeah.
make the decision, but it seemed like we could.
But just so that we can come back and give you our suggestions too, what we did like, what we didn't like, and
Right.
stuff like that. Connie will be on vacation for a little while, but if it's all right with you, I'd like to go ahead and set up a time that they can come and give us that presentation, if that's all right with you guys.
Yeah, whatever they'll do for you.
Okay.
That's kind of what I figure, it's just a free demo, probably would be beneficial to the county.
Is Steele County switched or are switching
No,
or looking
they-
at switching?
Well, Emily didn't say much. She just said that she's been pushing it off, and she said if we're gonna do it, she would just come down for the day and do it with us. So I'm not really entirely sure what they're thinking.
So we'll probably want to set it up so at least a couple, Troy and Ron, can be there.
Yeah, I'd like to,
Yeah.
let me know when,
Okay, sounds good.
especially the tax portion of it, I'd like to see. And if 3 or more of us attend, I guess, then it's gotta be a meeting, but we can sure.
Well, I'll send out the information when I know when the date is, or whatever, to all of you, and then you guys just let me know who's planning to attend.
Well, yeah.
So now it's finally 2
Here
o'clock.
to 2:00.
Okay, come on up, come on up.
Wish I could find my paper here.
Page is on.
I count 12. What page? 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job here.
Okay, the bidder is Tom Gilbertson and Sons. Contractor's license is good. Bid bond's good. Their bid is $348,296.50 $348,296.50. Next bidder is Close Construction. Contractor's license, good. Bid bond's good. Their bid is $507,886.31. $507,886.31. Next bidder is WMD Skiponiak. Contractor's license is good. Bid bond's good. Their bid is $430,711.50. $430,711.50. Next bidder is Edward H. Schwartz Construction. Contractor's license is good. Bid bond is good. Their bid is $800,573.06. $800,573.06. Next bidder is Gowan Construction. Contractor's license is good. Bid bond is good. Their bid is $657,598.96. $657,598.96. Next bid is Border States Paving. Contractor's license is good. Bid bond is good. Their bid is $781,719.00. $781,719.00. That's the last one?
Yep.
So the parent low bidder is Tom Gilbertson and Sons with the bid amount of $348,296.50.
What was the engineer's estimate?
Engineer's estimate was $539,096.
Pretty good estimate on the engineer's part. We got 3 bids below and 3 above it.
Saving all kinds of money the way it looks.
What's that?
So it's saving you guys all kinds of money the way it looks.
I'll make a motion, we accept Gilbertson and Sons bid pending inspection by the engineering firm.
I'll second the motion.
John has made a motion to accept the Gilbertson's bid. It's subject to approval by the engineer and accepted by Sean. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Do we need a roll call vote?
Probably.
Yeah, okay, John?
Aye.
Dale?
Aye.
Sean?
Aye.
Ron votes aye, our motion passes. Thank you, gentlemen and ladies.
What are you doing?
Good, good, real good.
Justin's candidate in that. Today?
No.
He's not saying any
Just before the next meeting, which is in 2 weeks.
I'll see Monday then. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Is that the last one, or is that one next?
One more, the next meeting, last one.
What was the engineering estimate on the last one?
On the last one we just bid,
No, on the one next week, what's the engineer's estimate on that one?
it's like 570.
Oh, it's one.
It's a big one, so.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jake. Now what do you want to do, Ron?
Well,
Hope you're keeping track.
Travis
We're
is,
skipping all
Travis is
over.
here.
yeah, but it's supposed to be 2:45, or do we have to abide by that?
No, you don't have to abide by that. No, absolutely
Okay.
not. If you're ahead of schedule, you keep
Okay.
going as long as they're here.
All right, good. Hi, Travis.
We were starting to do the upgrade or changes to our email account, and I was contacting Google about that. We found out that we haven't been paying our email service for the past 2 years. What looks like it happened here, when we first purchased it, it was directly purchased through Google for government, right from their offices. They made a change to start selling that through third-party vendors. We got lost in the mix-up, so our account basically got into limbo. It was working, functioning, but we were never receiving a bill. So when I went to actually try to make a change, that's when they got kicked back and said, well, no, your account shows past due or canceled, basically. So we're 2 years behind on that, I guess. So before we can make any changes or go forward, we have to, they're asking us to get the account current for it. So we did budget for those 2 years, but since the auditor's office never received a bill, I never saw it did come in. It just got carried over every year at the funds from the IT department without realizing we weren't paying that. So,
Well, it doesn't get carried over, it's just.
I mean, yeah, it just
If it's, is it
it never got flagged, nobody
Is it
knows.
budgeted this year then?
Well, it's budgeted as far as going forward for this year, but we're 2 years behind, so that would put us over budget for it then if we try to get everything current.
And what's the amount?
It's about $2,900 for the 2 years for that service then. So.
Way to go, you wrecked a good thing.
Should have kept mouth shut. So I was just looking as far as approval, as far as how we address that, I guess. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, I imagine we'll have to pay it out of the general fund, out of the reserve, and there's $170,000 reserve in there. So,
Should have a bill first.
Yeah, we will. I'm just making you aware of it. Then what's going to happen if I have to put a PO in for the new company that's taking over our account, they'll backdate everything. I think we got one invoice came in, but then they found another year. Google came back to us again, so I have to put a PO in for that. And well, the auditor will see the next meeting. You should have those bills to get approved, but.
okay.
I didn't want to put a PO in if I don't have authorization, so it wasn't in the budget.
Yeah, it's good that the IT is in the general fund now, so it's just all in the general fund from one to the other.
So we'll put the POs in, and you guys should see that at the next meeting with the invoice for that. Then, so I'll make sure I mark that with the auditor's department. That is the oddball bills. I think there'll be 2 of them. I think they have to do it separate for each year. So.
All right.
Is all the IT set up in the courtrooms that they could occupy?
My side is, yeah, we have all our equipment. What needs to happen yet is phone and then sound system. The sound system is done through the court system, and they subcontract out to a company out of Bismarck. I've talked to them and called and said, hey, we're coming down the line, but I haven't given them any dates. And I would recommend probably if we give them a heads up, at least 3 weeks probably. They may be able to get in sooner, they may take longer, I'm not sure what their schedule is, so. But they have to take the sound equipment from here, the recording equipment, and move it down that one then, so.
Yeah, should we have Kelly up for that? Or?
I guess if we know what date as far as move in or when we expect to be moved in, I can coordinate with the state
See,
and the county's office.
she's got a jury trial in March.
Yeah, we want to leave, time for them to come in as well as in case there's an issue, we can get stuff resolved. We're not, moving it and then we can't use it the next day for court, kind of thing. So,
like from moving it out of this courtroom and into that courtroom, that means we don't have any sound system for a few days.
Well, they have to have that recording system in there. That's because that's what the state uses to record all the court proceedings. So that's their equipment. So they have to schedule I can't remember the company that does it for them out of Bismarck to do that. So
It seems like we'd have to have Kelly involved on when to move that stuff, because she knows when there's trials.
yeah, I would have to coordinate with her office as far as when's our good window. Is everything ready over there as far as everything else? And then I've already been working with the court system on that. I just gave them a heads up saying, hey, we'll be needing a sound system moved here within the next few months. I told them basically.
Well, I think we can be occupied.
I think it can too, really. I don't know if we want to go over there and look at anything.
I was over there. I guess everything looks to be basically other than cleaning up and a little thing like that.
Oh yeah.
I believe power's done. I think plumbing's all done. Because I didn't see anything that's not hooked up. So
I think cleanup is the big thing. Have you talked to Brian about cleaning up?
Brian and Deb have been over there. Deb just actually put a timesheet on my desk for the time that she's been over there cleaning.
So it's getting cleaned.
Yep, it's getting cleaned.
well, should I work with Kelly and then one of you guys gentlemen to start coordinating that? I guess and.
Well, I mean, as soon as I would say, as soon
I
as
need to
Kelly can get moved in there, that's fine. I mean, we don't have to be completely moved into the whole courthouse, but they can have court over there.
Yeah, that just is like what can be moving, what can
Yeah.
function. We can do that. So
Yeah, I think Kelly would be the one to know how to do that.
yeah, because we'll have to the phones have to be moved by MLGC. They can usually need just a couple days head notice to do stuff, and
Yeah,
so it shouldn't be too bad. Just making sure the biggest thing unknown right now is when that company can come and move the sound system. But if I can get I'll work with Kelly on when's good windows.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll see if we can coordinate that to get that done then, so.
Okay.
Everything else I see is good on my end, so.
I think there's a little touch-up painting here and there.
It's still functional, you can do that after, so.
Okay.
All right. And then for since you're here for the remainder of we might as well go on, I guess, to new courthouse, old courthouse. I guess I don't know, I guess everybody's ready to move almost, right?
Yeah, whenever we can and start?
Yeah, I guess what you guys' ideas as far as, is it gonna be like a 1 day, 2 day thing, or are you spread out over a week, or are you gonna do one department at a time, or if you guys can give me a heads up as far as what you would like to do, or what the departments can do. You know, it's gonna be a headache. I mean, there's always gonna be conflicts, but if we can get stuff moved as quick as we can, just get stuff moving over.
Probably work best to do one department at a time. And then
I've spoken with some departments, like, social services, court system, where they have to be on the internet just in case a case comes in. And then what we're planning on that is just moving some of their computers into the new office, making sure they're up and running, and then, so they'll be working together. So that day, you take half their stuff, hook it up, network's working, computers up, and then take the rest of it when we know these stuff. So they always have connectivity to the network, so in case something does happen where they have to get access to stuff, so.
Just start in the
Which that-
West End and work our way this way and start the auditor's office.
Yeah, it doesn't make any
Luckily,
difference.
you can't get in there till your light switch is moved though.
Anybody come look at that yet?
So
Yeah,
we got
it's
an estimate on the back.
be sure that was done, John.
I'll go fishing, or do you want something done?
That would be the first item on the agenda.
It is when you go like that.
Didn't want anybody to miss it.
Oh, I'm quick through that one
But yeah, on the moving, I don't think the commissioners need to do anything, really. We don't have to pronounce it finished or pronounce it occupiable or anything. I think it's just,
Yeah, kind of just coordinate that.
Just-
I mean, it'd be nice if I could, not, here for an hour, one day, here for another hour, another day, kind of try to bunch up as much as I can to reduce the cost of me coming down here all the time for.
and I think you can work with the department heads, and I think they'll all be cooperative.
Oh, yeah.
But,
So everything's done over there, we can start moving as soon as.
They're not cooperative.
As far as I know. You have to coordinate with the county shop, they're gonna come help.
Yeah.
Yeah, and clean, if it's clean enough for you,
Mhm.
or if it needs more cleaning or anything.
As far as the cleaning, I did talk to Deb, and Deb said that she was going to do our side and leave social services side because they have their own cleaning lady. And so can I talk to Dawn Swedberg and tell her that she's able to go in there and start cleaning?
I don't know why they would have their own cleaning lady. I mean, each
I suppose because it was separate buildings.
Well, then, yeah, but I mean, now we sure don't need separate cleaning
Not
ladies.
after they're all in one
So-
spot.
I don't. but-
No.
Deb said she had some problems in the past with social services and stuff like that, so that's why she's like, if Dawn wants to keep that side, she's fine with them keeping that side. And Dawn did have a conversation with Deb about if Deb was only the one cleaning lady, Dawn's income would go down.
That's true, it will go down.
So that's
That's,
it's totally up to, however you guys want me to say, Dawn keep cleaning or Deb start cleaning and Dawn you're done, or I guess that's up to you. It is budgeted for in their budget for the custodian work.
It's only gonna take 10 hours regardless if it gets split between 10
Yeah,
people.
it doesn't matter. It's gonna cost us the same one or the other. I don't see a need to have two once we get in one building, but.
yeah, I don't suppose we need a motion for that, do we, or do we?
Well, I mean, I would think that it's just common sense that one building we have.
Yeah.
One janitor,
One
one custodian, or whatever.
Only the budget for the new courthouse, for Deb, but the money in the social services budget, that was for the other building.
Right.
So, if this goes away, I think, so.
The whole purpose of this thing was consolidation, and,
Mhm.
I mean,
So you don't want me to just have Deb working there and then take a little bit out of social services, that it would have been social services portion of that?
well, you could, it doesn't really make much difference.
Just if the state takes over social services is what I'm thinking, like, do we need to push out a little bit for their portion of it, or is it just,
Well, we're still gonna be the administration. I mean, it's still, the building's gonna be our responsibility. The state's not gonna pay, the state's not gonna pay rent for social services. They're not gonna, I mean,
They're not?
no,
Why not?
they just won't.
Well, they don't have to be in the new courthouse then.
Make the rent is $110,000 a year.
I'm not so sure that there won't be some kind of fee for the square footage they use. I mean, that's not unheard of. The court system basically does that. County agent, you know, this NDSU does that with a county agent. Maybe not, I don't know.
It may happen, but I'd be awfully surprised if
I don't think we'll get the whole thing done anyway. I don't think there's enough money in the state to get it done.
I don't either.
Until oil gets to $100 a barrel again.
so I don't have a definite answer.
Well, I kind of think Deb could just fill out her time card and put down, charge so much to social services and so much to the county general, since there's money in the social services budget, but that's just my thought. Whatever you guys want to do is fine.
Well, it's no different than an attorney keeping track of their time every 15-minute billable increments. I mean, she can do it.
So just to be on the same page, one custodian. Deb Pfeiffer is our custodian? Or keep Dawn? I just need,
Yeah, I mean, I've given my opinion, so it's up to you guys, I guess, to.
If it's budgeted for the year, we could do the year that way, I suppose, but I don't see a need beyond that when we go to the next budget cycle.
so two.
Yeah, the budget, either two or have them have social services pay for their portion of the custodial work, just so we don't strand that money in social services and because we'll have to make it up
For this year.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Then we can
For next year,
change
we
it
take
for
it out
next
and-
year,
Yeah.
and then have one.
Yeah, I think 2 until this budget cycle's done, then it's.
As long as it's budgeted for, just finish the year out that way. And
So keep Deb and Dawn. And then have Dawn come in and clean
Clean their offices,
their offices.
and they can wrestle who vacuums the hall.
Okay. Up to this point.
Yeah.
just get the robot to go up and down the hall.
Yeah, that's fine. I guess.
Then it kind of stays the
Then we'll
same.
just switch it over at budget time, we'll just take that out of their budget and put it into the courthouse budget. Okay?
Okay, so two. I will let Dawn know.
We kind of went around in a circle there.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that I was.
Seems like we're being prompted for it, like.
We did have Troy here.
It seemed like normal.
Any other questions for me, I guess? I think so.
No, I don't think so.
Thank you, gentlemen, for your time.
Thanks.
Thanks, Travis.
Have a good day.
Yeah. We're still in old courthouse, new courthouse.
If you would go to page 116.
I don't have one.
That is what he says it'll cost to move the light switch. And he was gonna do it that day. He said he could get it done whenever, but I wanted to bring it up to you guys.
I think we should get another bid.
No. That's if we don't pay, I'll pay it.
I thought we made a motion that you voted against. We were gonna do this.
I make a motion, we authorize Hanson Electric to go ahead with this.
Okay, John has made a motion to have Hanson Electric move the light switch. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Dale. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. John?
Aye.
Dale?
Aye.
Sean?
Hey.
God,
Ron votes aye.
you don't like me.
Or me.
I have to start biting you.
I hope you don't get fixated on something else now.
Just you wait.
My new chairs this week.
Yeah.
John, are you in the car?
Okay.
I guess if we wanted to, we could move over there and make a punch list if we see anything
Yeah, let's walk over. Maybe we should walk over there and go on tour.
on a tour.
Key?
And then
I do have a key, yep.
Yeah, Craig said he'd be happy to fix things, but he needed offers.
Yep.
If you have like a some yellow post-it notes, we can just stick them on things we want to repair.
And then keep
Is there a lot?
something to keep right on too, so you can keep track.
Yeah.
Or it'll be on there. But
You could call them like 101, 102, 103, and
Okay.
Are we adjourning or?
well,
No,
we're
just-
moving. We're moving.
On Norway.
Huh?
They're supposed to know in Norway.
Move to. Supposed to happen in January. It was first
Yep. Take us through the EOC part.
Oh, okay.
That's the key I got with me.
We were looking at it, at getting out of work thing, not additional money.
It's just me.
But then,
Troy's. I think our biggest thing is ice.
that and
Oh.
restricting access to take out.
Shoot. Oh, Jamie's with him. He's got a fob.
If you're gonna.
I don't have a phone.
every day,
John was gonna call me.
I think
Not for mine either.
There's still two crazy.
Want me to wait back there?
I think that they're coming. Jamie has a fob, so he can
Oh.
get through. Yeah. Yeah.
I think if you move it every day, you're not gonna have any trouble. But if you let them eat,
Till nothing's there and then turn them loose.
they go in there and they eat.
All right. Staff is going down. This part is done. Well, shucks. I thought.
Debbie made a comment on her sheet that she had this cleaned up and then they hung doors yesterday, so now it's a mess again. So she'll have to come back and clean again.
Well, somebody has to move all this stuff to the garage. I'm not sure who that somebody is, but,
Okay.
I know.
Well, that's what our custodians do.
Yeah, I don't know if they contact Craig Stockland. When I talked to him, he asked what to do with it, and I said, well, put it in the garage. But that's fine, yeah, we can have the,
Yeah, well, that's $80 an hour to carry to the garage.
Yeah.
Custodians don't get quite that much.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, so I'm fine. Samantha, do you just want to call
Right?
Ryan and have him?
So Craig just finished yesterday then?
That's what he says.
Oh.
He hung or did the doors handles in there.
I don't know why these were designed without having something to hold them open.
Yeah, and this part here is a minor thing that's missing. I tried to get it a whole.
Just a plate?
Just the push plate. I sent an email to Central Door. Didn't get there yet because I had the wrong guy's address. But that's about the only thing. Yeah, that's the only thing missing. Yeah, there was no toe drop or anything.
Found the box.
Well, yeah, okay, but, yeah.
maybe we got them.
No, I don't.
Well, you would think that they'd put them on
Or some of these lock-up.
Well, I would.
I don't think these do. On the bathroom boiler, you know, it says when it was last inspected was 2013.
Yeah, we can,
On the sheet that's hanging there.
I don't know, I guess if we want to, we could decide to put some stops on these.
Don't we just use those?
That's what it's supposed to be?
Well, it's a, one of those lights that they're supposed to do. It's a key.
Oh.
Main holes have never been really finished, but I guess that's, normally they would put some stuff on the windows.
Better put that on the list.
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, you just use a little putty stick and.
Yeah, it's a fast fix, so. Right on there. Putty nail hole. And that's something Craig Stockland, I'm sure he believes. He probably did it on his stuff. Well, it doesn't look like he did on his either. But yeah, those should probably.
They don't really know what that is, Travis doesn't either. Maybe it's for the sound system, the other, the state. Something to do with that.
Put just a blank in it.
Take care of all this stuff. But I think they did have like one closer extra left over. That they didn't run over? Yeah, they didn't know what to do with it.
Where it comes from, or where it all comes from.
I don't know.
Those are like keys, huh?
Yeah.
So we just leave it like it is, I guess?
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I think we could put a outlet box over it, maybe to cover it.
Looks like there's an outlet on
Samantha, do you have any pictures that we could put over that spot?
I'll take one.
Looks like it's a 1-inch conduit, Sean.
Yeah, just about everything here, I think Brian can take care of. I mean, there's just wood left over all the place, and he can just take it in the garage. I suppose if he decides to throw it away, that's fine with me.
Needs to be some touch-up paint done on a lot of this stuff. Would he do that?
I think he would.
Greg said he'd do painting.
Or just touch-up? I mean,
With that being said, the paint that we have is probably like 3 or something years old.
How?
Like 3 years or something. I don't know. That's just what I was hearing. So do we need to get new paint, or is that paint?
Should be fine.
As long as that paint hasn't been frozen,
As long
it
as
should
it
be
didn't
fine.
freeze.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever frozen.
but he can just go by, he can just go in each room and touch up a little bit. So it'll be fixed, you know? But it needs to be cleaned first.
Yeah.
Before that happens.
So Craig Stockland does that?
Well, I don't know how that's kind of effective for painting, but
Or would you like me to ask Brian if he would do that? Huh?
yeah, if Brian wants to do it, that's fine.
Brian, okay.
All these corners.
There. There. So that is for the state sound system.
Probably runs in a conduit through the conduit.
Yep, that's the same stuff that comes over with it on that right end.
Oh,
Don't pull on
Do not pull on that.
Get hooked in your foot, it'll catch you before you go outside.
Yeah, I think we could just tell Brian more or less to use his own judgment. You know, just,
If he wants to do it.
yeah, we can't hardly mark every single place that needs a little bit
No,
of
he
touch
just has
up.
to use his own judgment.
Deb might be better.
Say what?
Deb might be better.
I'll talk to both of them.
Yep. But that's the clean first.
Yep. Do you want us to move in before they do touch-up paint? Because of moving all that stuff?
Yeah, sure. Clean first and move in.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot easier if we didn't have to.
Yeah, and, yeah.
They've been the Bank of the West already.
Yeah. Like that.
They've been the Bank of the West. And first aid where they were.
How do those stickers come off?
What's that?
How do those stickers come off? Do they just pop right off?
I think so.
Was he gonna come in and do the windows in the doors?
Like that, Sam.
Huh?
Like that.
Oh, cool.
Well, did he come?
That's what I'll be doing today.
Did he come in and field measure?
I haven't seen anybody. Nobody's coming to my
Oh,
office.
he said he was gonna be in 2 weeks ago.
Who?
The glass guy and stick
Oh.
all these in. But, I'll call him again.
Okay.
I guess, and ask him why he didn't come in. But in here, I'm really lost on it. You know, it's just, it goes here, but it just wasn't ever prepped for a hinge at all. And the lock,
Is this the latch?
yeah, that's the latch, and I'm not positive. I think we're supposed to get a gate closer, but I don't think we have a gate closer. I don't think we have a latch. And I sent an email to Central Lower saying how we're supposed to hang it.
A recess for a hinge.
Yeah. Yeah, it should have been. So,
Can I also point out this? We discovered that Brian has gone up and looked and he can't see anything, but just so that
okay.
you are aware of that. We don't know if it's been recently or if it's been.
Do we have extra tile?
I
We should have gotten some.
We only need a half of one.
Gotten some extra tile.
What's this office again?
Recorder, clerk of court.
But it's gotta get moved around because we've got to do this for the tax director in here.
These are really good workstations.
Yeah, they are.
Because there's gotta be room for the tax collector, so these gotta get moved. They did a good job of taking up as much space as they could.
Yeah.
But I mean, they gotta be moved so they can go all the way.
Right.
Yeah. And, yeah, they can go to the wall. And then the tax collector probably goes up there maybe. Or maybe this goes up there and tax collector back here. That's probably better.
Yeah. I guess.
That stackable bookcases or something?
Oh, yeah, we still got all those rotating bookcases too. Over there in Loader Building.
What are those?
It's split in the middle, isn't
I mean, besides the obvious waste of money.
it? I think you're supposed to come in and set your drink on them.
End table.
End tables, yeah. You just need some coasters.
They are, maybe they go out with all those club chairs out in
I don't know.
Oh, I bet you they are.
Yeah, maybe so.
I have no idea.
Like I said, the obvious is.
All those little club chairs out there, you gotta have some tables in between.
Sure you do.
And you can serve drinks from right there.
Well, that's lazy.
I bet you can't do it either. How do you get in with leverage on it? No, that's been done. But you can't do that, can you, Sam?
Probably not.
The public's really gonna be impressed when they listen
I
to
suppose, is there some, is he coming back to do this?
Well, we don't know how to,
There's no recess for that door.
we don't have any of the hardware. I'm gonna get a hold of Central Door and
Okay.
ask what we're supposed to do with it.
Can't we put the covers on and not put the door on?
Well, I suppose we could.
The missing screws here.
Oh.
Put that on the list. Auditor report.
Recorder's office.
This one doesn't even have a lock. None of them have this thing? Why?
I don't remember why. Travis knows.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm coming.
Yep. Should be cocked. Some flex steel.
Okay, here, we'll talk about paint and move light switch.
Yeah.
Got that on the list.
Yeah.
Why didn't they put one here?
That's where it's going.
That's what you keep voting against, right?
That's what you say nay to.
Look at this mess, look at the floor.
That shit.
Jeez, look at that, all the way down here, all the way across here. Every room has this. Before they covered it up.
Drop in this one,
Yeah. Well, they just put the gravel down, didn't compact or nothing.
They didn't tap it?
Nothing. It was just a mud when they poured the cement. That was just actually a dollar probably, anybody.
If it was normal cement work, it'd follow the just break all over the place.
It broke, I got all over underneath all this stuff.
The heat was never on, build one. It would heave.
John, now I found my
Well, I
new.
can fix that. Get out of here before you find
The screws there?
No.
What's this supposed to be?
This is gonna, or I was told this is where computers are gonna be for like public use, for research and stuff like that, for deeds and stuff. What I was told.
So we don't need a library now.
Glass, doors, hinges, stick. What's this?
Samantha didn't give us the.
Didn't you?
No.
Got some remote that we could give you off of some shop doors.
Is this treasure then?
This will be treasures, yep.
This is,
Yep.
this is new. Yeah.
Well, that's the stuff that was in Jill Hawkinson's shop, and it got moved over and was in the recorder's office for a while until it got pushed in here.
It's county agents.
Yep, yep.
Oh, yeah, we need tiles in here.
Tiles. Craig Stockland does that? Yeah.
I'm sorry. Maybe it's laying on top,
Okay, so
but then we put that down.
tiles. Just gonna let you know that the alarm has been going off on and off for a few days, and so I did have them come in and look. He said that he knows what the code is, but cannot find the problem, and he says, I'm very sorry that he's very uncertain about this, but after he's come, we haven't had a call since, so.
Alarm for what?
The electrical watchman, our fire alarm system.
What's this hole in the wall for? They cut the duct in the wrong spot first, or what?
Must have, right.
Whose storage is this?
Everybody's.
Everybody's?
Including social services.
I have no idea. I would assume so, but I don't know that. And that's storage too for office supply.
Is this the copy room?
Yep. Yep, this will be the copy room and office supplies and all that stuff, yep.
Temporary wall, it's supposed to be permanent or the other way around.
Somebody's got that likes to kick. Somebody's
Dale, go on the other side, I'll see if I can hear you.
Oh, I'm sure you can. Not with my ears, anyway. What?
I can't hear you very well. Say it again.
Light switch.
Yeah, I could hear you say light switch. But they can work around that.
Are you saying that you want me to get my light switch?
Super big shelves.
But social services doesn't need the shelving, so if that's all right, I'd like to take them.
All this shelving?
Yep,
All of it?
yep.
And have Craig move it for you?
The brackets too?
I don't have anything in my back room.
If this is big enough for an office too.
They're making this an office. That's why they don't need any of this shelving.
It's just,
Do you need a shelf this big or? You'll put boxes on them, I suppose.
And, yeah, and like totes.
You could even stay overnight and sleep on it.
Yeah.
The Japanese.
So I could ask Craig Stockland to move them or Brian.
Yeah, Brian first.
Craig move these?
Yeah, because they gotta be.
Yeah, fill all the holes.
Are they gonna need more or less? They're gonna have an office in here.
Probably.
They can figure that out.
They can figure that out.
It won't be hard to get a few more electrical outlets in. It was so easy for the light switch, so.
Yeah.
You almost had an apartment.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a place to live on.
You rent out spaces, baby. Yeah, I think Craig can just go around everywhere. Once he gets this color, just make the trip and get that and get that and get that.
Craig or Brian?
Brian, I'm
Brian,
sorry.
okay. Just want to make sure I have the right people doing the right things.
Or ask Brian and Deb
Yep.
if they can't do it, that's different. Yeah, they've got a lot of cleanup work to do.
Well, this is social services end. That's why she hasn't done anything with this end. She's done.
Okay, so Don plans to come in here and fill out this.
I'll talk to Dawn. Yep.
Okay. All right.
Really hard to imagine how pompous somebody was to actually think they needed an office like this.
Yeah.
I mean, and then follow through it.
Uh-huh.
Well, I do think I need an office.
We haven't got to your office yet, I'm not sure where it goes. We'll find it here pretty soon.
Open door.
Your cell phone, that's your office. Yeah, are they gonna leave this as a closet, or are they gonna?
I have no idea. I think that's a closet because I haven't heard about those. That shelving.
Okay, so you're just kind of scavenging.
So you can't
stuff.
steal that.
I'll get there.
They'll just have to budget for shelves. Missing.
The nice big chair turns into a folding chair. Well,
You know, I did have to sleep in my office one day. We could actually make this living quarters.
I have to be where most of you are.
Well, I guess
We're coming your way.
we're the quorum here.
Copy room.
Is there just one? Is there one down on that end too?
There'll be one in my office.
Are there gonna be any signs over the restrooms and?
Yeah, I should probably get those, huh?
Well, we should have them. I mean, we should have paid for it. I thought. We paid for signage.
Oh, did you?
Well, it was in construction engineer's contract, but,
Okay.
so I can check the specs and,
Yeah.
no, well, and we may have them in the garage.
Okay.
So that should be something that,
Well, I think that they got signed for the other bathrooms, but I don't remember ordering those, so I don't know.
There
But
must be little
towel.
signs that say which offices too, don't they, that stick out here and say,
I don't know.
so if you're walking down the hall, you know that's the auditor and.
I don't know. I haven't heard of that, but I wasn't here through.
hand writers or something.
Three smaller? Oh, that's gross.
But I can check the specs to see if we bought hand writers, if we have.
Well, we have the ones over there, the electric hand towels. Just
Maybe
like-
that's,
We get those free, don't we, with orders?
If you buy the paper from them.
Oh, maybe that's it.
Like Dakota paper, I think they give you the.
Okay, maybe that's it.
I know that I got all of that done for the EOC part, but I don't remember doing signage.
6 shitters. Should just screw it.
Yeah, that's probably a lot of this stuff Craig would be better at than
Yeah.
I am.
Right? What? It is? Okay.
But it's 6 years, I think 6 years over this, maybe more. Well, fight the cold, learn the cold.
Yeah, that's, you can't just say the entire chapter.
Oh, there we go. That's Mathis.
She could have just used that to turn her light on.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Back here.
Whole class coming to put all these in now.
Yeah.
Who's the wildcat these?
County agents, I think.
Oh, okay.
They are.
How are they? Not very comfortable.
Not very comfortable. They're okay. Lucky we only, well, we got enough of them though.
Yeah, it's that cool there, there's 10 of these, there's 5 of those.
So where do these go, here and over there? We have a coffee pot too for the old guys to come up and hang out?
The checkerboard?
Enough room in this entryway for most of the offices if they really use it, right?
There's a chair.
Like I'm in Sanford Clinic.
What's left on the agenda, is that future business?
Yeah. Should we look at the water board room?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think it just needs ceiling time. If we can-
Ceiling tile and touch-up painting, I think, is
If that's all.
because that's your guys' space too.
Good plastic on the lights.
Yeah.
But you want to finish the building right here, John?
Yeah, we can just finish the meeting right here.
All right, so have we finished with the new courthouse? Or is there anything else in the new courthouse, old courthouse?
Not that I can think of. Just instruct everybody they can start moving in, I would imagine.
Okay.
If you want to get both glass, the lights and the doors,
Okay.
the glass.
Yeah, I called him a couple of weeks ago, and he said he'd come on, but I told Samantha I'd call him. He had a kid over
So you'll call him?
there. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
How about all the plastic with the lights? That is way the hell up there. Isn't there, looks like plastic over them, or is that just an illusion?
No, it's plastic. That might be the, yep. Yeah, I don't know either.
I'm guessing that's not the way it's, well, they're on them.
Don't know.
It looks like packaging.
It does, but maybe that's the lenses for.
Motion to adjourn?
Well, future business.
Future business. Future business.
Anybody have anything for future business? No, I don't. Yeah, I don't think I have any either. Oh, you can mute.
I'd move we adjourn.
Okay, I've moved that we adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Sean. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The meeting's adjourned. The next meeting is March 3rd.
Can you tell me the time?
At 1 p.m.
303.
3:03. Thank you.
I won't be here.